Allow me to introduce myself. Who knows what dastardly crime he might perpetrate next?
He's a very clever arch criminal who must be put away. Another innocent victim of suicidal mania.
There's rumors out there that Microsoft could be holding back July 23rd, of course that being their next Xbox event. Let's get into this. What's up, everyone? I am Jay Fonzarelli, and today I want to talk about Microsoft and their upcoming July 23rd event. This is it, folks. This is the big one that gamers have been waiting for, and Microsoft's answer to the Sony show we just had a few weeks prior. You guys remember the one where they unveiled their console, they showed what their SSD can do, and Sony gave us their biggest gift ever.
Welcome to the island of bug snakes.
It's interesting, isn't it?
No, but seriously, folks, I spoke about this in one of my videos where I reviewed that show, and I'm a huge fan of PlayStation first-party games. Even for me, that show was very average. Didn't show enough for me. And that said, this is why I feel it's really important for Microsoft to capitalize on what Sony failed at doing on their show. Number one, they didn't show a great brand new IP that was, mature and AAA and looked phenomenal and, really got you into wanting to buy a PS5. They didn't show that. And they didn't show enough gameplay to me either. So without those two things, it really was an average show for me. This is why I feel that Microsoft needs to come in and capitalize on this. I think they can show a lot more gameplay and they can show a brand new, mature AAA IP. Please, the time for assuming the show is not going to be good is over. We should not have to temper our expectations any longer. I'm tired of doing that with every show. They're not going to show anything yet because these games are still in development. Yes, I know. Sony gets away with showing games 4 or 5 years, 6 years, 7 years ahead. Microsoft can do the same thing, folks. They can get away with that same thing. You see, when you show games like that ahead of time, you get people excited for the brand. People know it's coming down the pipeline and they get worked up. They get excited. They say, hey, I'm going to buy an Xbox because this game is coming out. Same thing they did with the PS4. And it's the same reason why many people will buy the PS5, including myself. It may not be that initial launch lineup of games, but it's those games coming down the pipeline that have me interested in a PS5. And look, when I'm talking about Xbox swinging on the 23rd, I'm not saying this as an Xbox fan. I say this as a gaming fan. Competition breeds innovation. I want to see Microsoft compete at that game level. As for the games that we're going to see on the 23rd, we know for sure we're going to see Halo Infinite gameplay. Back on the OG Xbox, Halo 1 through 3 were my games. Those were my games. Bungie was one of my favorite developers, and it really just seems like 343 has yet to make the franchise their own. Halo 5 was a complete disaster as far as the campaign goes. Complete disaster. That's why I'm interested in seeing where Infinite is going to go here. Really am interested. I hope they knock it out of the park. I'm really pulling for it. We know that game's going to be there. We know they'll probably show Forza. We'll probably get something from Hellblade 2. We might get to see something from Everwild. And yes, while it is a new IP, it is a bit on the cartoony side, and I need to see a brand new AAA mature IP coming out of Microsoft. It's what I need to see. And this is what I say all the time. These shows and these games are about me. Gaming is a selfish hobby. It's always about me. It's always about you. It's not about anybody else when it comes to these games or shows. It's what I want to see. We all have different ideas about these shows and about these games, but I digress, going off on a tangent there. And of course, we might see what is really the worst kept secret in the industry, Fable. We might see Fable. And I've never been a big Fable fan. However, depending on what this looks like, I may become a fan. Just look at what Sony Santa Monica did with God of War. Amazing stuff. So I could be a fan of Fable. It just depends, but I'm interested. Now I'm hearing rumors that there's a possible August event happening for both Sony and Microsoft. they'll each have another event. Sony is rumored to be showing more games coming down the pipeline, which I expect them to do. And Microsoft is rumored to be showing their Xbox Lockhart or Series S. And it's being heavily rumored that they may hold back a big announcement from one of their biggest studios, if not their biggest, The Initiative. You remember those guys, the ones that touted to be a quadruple A studio? Yeah, those guys. And if they are working on something that is quadruple A or something just really big for Microsoft, I don't think that they should hold off for August. Even if Sony is holding back some games to show in August, it doesn't matter anyway. Sony's going to do that regardless. It doesn't matter. You don't need to surprise us with any more games in August. You could focus on the Lockhart and unveiling that. And of course, they could show more gameplay from the stuff they've already shown us on the 23rd of July. You see, July 23rd is the big day, the big showcase that they would have had at E3. The last couple E3s have not been great for Microsoft, in my opinion. So for this show all your big bangers, show your big AAA, mature, even cartoony AAA games, show them and show them well, lots of gameplay, leave a lot of the indie stuff out. No passion projects, please. Unless it happens to be a big AAA, amazing looking title, then yeah, show it, of course. They need to focus on a really big showcase. All their big guns have to go off on the 23rd, in my opinion, because this is the show that everybody's going to be talking about. It's the show that everybody was talking about for Sony, because that was their E3, or would have been their E3. This is it. The 23rd is their big show for Xbox. They need to just show it all. If it's not ready, tease us. And then show us gameplay in August, but at least tease us. Because even teases get gamers excited, because we know it's coming down the pipeline. Now, of course, these are just my thoughts. I want to hear from you guys down below. Let me know, do you agree with me? Do you think Microsoft should show everything on the 23rd, which is their biggest showcase of the year? Or do you think they should just sit on some of those big game announcements until another time? Let me know in the comments down below. And with that said, I want to thank each and every one of you for taking the time out to view this video. And remember to hit that like button and share it out with your friends, as this would help my channel greatly. And for those of you that are new, please consider that sub button and that notification bell to let you know when my next video drops. Until then, try to be the best possible you, be kind to one another, and of course, as always, game on.